He said, just let it go right now. Write that check, make payable.
Oh, yeah, your wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Man, you know what I missed this year? I didn't see any kids out riding a new bike that they got, or a hoverboard, or a Segway. You know,
Right.
I didn't see any movement. But can I tell you something? I'm not against it. Or as they send us out, I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
Well, they didn't have the.
Can I tell you, they had the run that did that at Thanksgiving.
Well, they didn't have the Marshall Christmas parade.
They didn't, yep.
They didn't have the December Friday.
And I'm telling you right now, I was.
You know what the horse and buggy or
Yes.
that is?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. They didn't have light show going, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they had that at the
Exactly. They didn't pack out the new Palladium that they built for us to celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, down at Liberty Park.
Yeah.
Beautiful, the old baseball.
Yo,
field.
GD pandemic.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? But you know what? At least we can hang out. By the way, I don't want to be a bad omen on here. I want them to know. I'm not going to name. I never, unless it's my work. Even though we don't have masks on or whatever, I'm sure where he goes into work, and I know where I do and what I do, we are very careful. I get my temperature taken, blah, blah, blah. Tell me to go to church, blah, blah, blah. Like,
well, that's why I didn't
Yeah.
want to go into the rural sticks today. 'Cause
you could have, though.
I know, but
You could have. Because, can I tell you
I-
something? You're one of the few people who can.
Right, but I will sacrifice one Christmas just to stay home.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. Like Ronnie said, when that one Republican, or not Republican, I'm trying to tell you about, I don't know who he was. He said that one senator said, y'all celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas. This might be Grandma's last Christmas. I'm like, well, you know what? If it ain't, if you take her this year, it sure as hell well might be. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
She might catch COVID. It's better to be safe than sorry, man.
There's
Listen,
always-
guys,
there's
when I got
always
here,
next year.
when Steve was answering the front door, what was I taking off? My gloves and my mask.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
seriously, like, even Ronnie, Tyler the Drum, who
Oh, yeah, man.
bought him. He's not liberal on it. Listen to me. I count squirts of soap, but I don't on the stuff that kills all the germs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even the Lysol. Although every time I spray it, you know how much that is a gallon? Or
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I know. To the tax.
Right.
Even in Florida, tax.
Sure.
Yeah. If I would lived in Belgium, I know what the tax would be
Oh,
on
yeah.
this. You know,
Yeah, oh,
did you spray it till it got real wet on the carpet, or just a little bit damp?
right.
Which answer do you want to hear? Because I'm sure it's damp. Because this damp it is.
Right.
Good, you saving me money. I said,
Yeah,
man, that
of
makes
course.
no sense. None.
Well, you can't skimp them.
No, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to say, I'm going to spray that halfway with Lysol and some water.
Yeah.
Because they know.
There you go. Yeah.
Bless his heart, man. He's trying to come up with a new way of. Here's where the difference between a Jim Rockford for the day where you got a Rolodex out, got his connections and people. I hate to say the old adage of putting the shoe leather on the sidewalk and getting things done. But that's the way you had to do it back then. Nowadays, if you're running a business and you have questions or you got a quirk or something comes up and you want to improve something, you have to just use word of mouth and talking. No, not anymore. I can get on the internet
Right.
and whatever query I have as to what product or whatever I need for my needs as far as the detail shop to improve it better would be. Some man convinced him the other day.
Oh, no.
This is a man that locks up the toilet paper. A man told me the other day, that if you'll use paper towels on them windows, it worked good. When he got through about a half roll of that big bounty, he went, nope, good God, I'm going to go broke, man. I ain't using all that. So the other day he pulled out 2.5 pieces. I'm like, who?
Yeah.
You swooping that over is not it. It is the microfibers that we have.
Yeah.
Although what you have is good over a continual wash,
Yeah.
they just degrade, man. And I said, there are new, of course, this is kind of up your alley as well. Some of the fabric and cotton, whatever they have,
Right,
it's
yeah.
an improvement to where it's like really, really like
Oh, yeah.
great, man, great. You know, like you would look at our Sammys, they look old, decrepit, like they're dirty.
Yeah.
They're actually clean. They're like rubber. But if you
Oh,
get them
yeah.
out, when I go over your car, and you're like, good God, he's smearing water everywhere.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, it's gone. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So.
Oh, yeah.
But then the other day, man, I had the jams perfect on this Lexus, and I'm like, because if you get water on it, degrees, or you rub it wrong, even if I take a rag that I've been using on something and rub it, and it's got a little bit of dirt on it, it'll leave a smear on it. It's broad daylight, sticks out like a sore thumb. As soon as I got it done, Ronnie said, I heard, ah, and I'm like, what's cranking up? That blame
Yeah.
Pressure washer. Let me tell you something. He got a pressure washer take like a god to crank up for a one-man man.
Right.
For a 70-year-old man, let me tell you what you got to do to crank this pressure washer up. You got to hold that choke in right over here. You got to hold the lever down over here. Keep that water flowing. You got to look at this. You got to look at this. You got to pull this lever to crank it up real fast on the most unstable piece of machinery put on a case ever, and hold it with your knee. It's the most awkward thing in the world. And by the way, every time Ronnie's friend Mookie fixes the handle that breaks, look at it, broke again. And then you don't want to do that. So you got to make sure for dear life, even if a knot comes out of it, hold it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, crank it up. I hear him crank it up, and he starts squirting the real jam. The jam. I'm like, Ronnie, the sunroof was up. I don't let the windows down. He's just going everywhere. And here's how I knew it was coming at me, because I felt it on my face, and then I had that overwhelming feeling and sensation that my left foot was feeling heavier than the other one, and then I felt the coldness of the fucking wind. He had soaked my foot doing that wheel well. Did I get you wet? Yes, you did.
Right.
Just a minute. And the only vindication I've ever had in the past 5 years is when our best friend Randy McDowell pulled up. I told Randy, I said, watch it, man. I said, look, Randy, I can't stand getting my feet wet. It gets cold. I said, I ain't got the waterproof, even if I do, I don't like my feet wet. And I said, he squirt me. He's like, does it? I said, yeah. Randy can't walk. He's like, does it? And sure enough, Steve, right as we started to do a truck or something like that, he saw Ronnie come through with a hose. First thing he did, he cut it on and would squirt me. Look, I jumped like this. And when I did, I screwed across. Randy went, I see what you're saying. I said, I told you, Randy. We was at, I'll tell you this. I won't name his name. I'll just say he was on the front pole of one of the biggest American Racing Series races 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He has the same first name as a recent host, TV host who passed away.
Right, yeah.
We were at his house.
Right.
We were watching his truck, personal truck, little trailer gas and other stuff. Me and Fitzgerald running. As soon as it was cold, man. It was about Christmas time about a year and a half ago. He had just gone in, he was testing good, man. And he told Hoover, I ain't gonna run all that, but it was a great conversation. We don't, we were here from here. We were not impressed by it, but it was cool. Anyway, he was out. It was looking good. So as I come through after we washed the inside of his thing, I told Fitz, I'm like, Fitz, man, he keeps squirting people, man. Like, see, take them. Listen to me, I got to get him a new pair of red glasses because the only ones he got left are the Krispy Kreme ones that he got.
Yeah.
That's the man. Exactly. He squirted me right in the face as I come out the side of Alex Bowman's car right there. Or truck. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, she may have. Yes. It's a good one. You know what we do with a good one. Ask me what I'm talking about, probably one. Right in the face.
So who you yapping at?
Nobody. Why would I ever talk to anybody?
Because you always do.
No. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh. It's a good movie though.
Yeah.
Run little Vespas.
Vespas.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I know what it is, Steve.
That's what you want to look at. That's the one you want.
What?
It's a little Vespa.
It's in the water, though.
I know that. That's a Brighton Beach. You never saw the movie? The movie's really good.
I have. It's been a long time ago.
Oh, boy.
I'm tell you something. Second to the last song I can relate to.
Right.
I don't know about the song, but the title I can definitely relate to.
Right.
It's titled "Is It in My Head?"
Right.
Yes,
I
it
can
is.
only imagine. We're gonna take a break right quick.
I hear you, John Lennon.
You know,